What's up, Titans fans? Just making a video breaking down the 2022 preseason offensive depth chart and just talking about some position battles and some predictions on who's going to make the final 53-man roster on the offense. As we know, the offense gave us a lot to be desired last year. Defense was great. Put in an all-time effort in that playoff game. Most sacks in a playoff game, or most sacks ever in a game, or tied the record for most sacks in a game. Still couldn't get the job done. The offense was terrible, and most of that falls on the shoulders of Ryan Tannehill. He's got a lot to prove this year. A lot of doubters, a lot of haters. Me included. I think we should have addressed the quarterback situation in the off season and went out and done something, but we didn't. So. He's on the books. Huge salary, hard to move him. So, he's the guy this year, and he's got a lot to prove. So, at quarterback we got Tannehill. He's the number one. We drafted Malik Willis, who has progressed well according to media sources, saying that he looks a lot better. Learning the playbook, improving his timing on his reads, making his reads, getting through his progressions, and hitting the timing routes a lot better. And we also have Logan Woodside, who's been our backup quarterback the last 2 years. At running back, we got the King, Derrick Henry, also Hassan Haskins, the rookie out of Michigan, and Dontrell Hilliard. Those are the three I predict. Those are the three that are going to make the 53-man roster. I don't really think that anyone else in camp has a shot, barring an injury to one of those three guys. At left tackle, we got Taylor Lewan, the unquestioned starter, and Christian Delario right now is the backup at left tackle. Xavier Newman is in camp as well. I expect Delario or Newman, one of those will probably stay on the roster. The other one's going to get waived. Be interesting to see how much they play and what Vrabel decides to do there. At left guard, there is a position battle right now. It's either between Aaron Brewer or free agent Jamarco Jones. I think there's a big hole to fill at left guard there after we let Roger Saffold go. They let Saffold go because he's getting older, 34, had some injuries, and, we spent a lot of money on Derrick Henry, and we spent a lot of money on the defense. We had to spend money on Harold Landry. We had to spend money on Bud Dupree. We're going to have to pay Jeffrey Simmons. There's not as much cash to go around, especially at a position like left guard. We're hoping to, pick up that slack. Hopefully Aaron Brewer can pick up the slack. If not Brewer, hopefully Jamarco Jones. But I am a little bit concerned about that left guard position, especially the way we like to play. We want to run the ball, and we want to be big and physical and establish the line of scrimmage. And if we have a serious weak link at left guard, that's seriously going to affect our ability to run the football. So I'm concerned about that, but we'll have to see it in action in the game before we can really make any determinations. We got the old reliable Ben Jones at center, the unquestioned leader of the offensive line, been solid for years and years on end. I expect him to have another solid season. He is getting a little older, so wondering how long he can hold this up. But I do have faith in Ben Jones for this year. Corey Levin, solid backup center. He's been on the team for a couple of years now, so he should understand the playbook, understand what we're trying to do offensively in our blocking schemes. So I think that's a quality backup at center. At right guard, we got Nate Davis. He's gotten better every single year, and I expect him to take another leap forward this year. Big physical guy, good run blocker. So I'm excited, and I do have. I'm comfortable with us at right guard with Nate Davis. Jordan Roos is the backup right now on the depth chart. Interested to see how he looks and if we're going to keep him or maybe we keep whoever loses the starting battle between Brewer and Jamarco Jones and have them kind of be the swing guard, play guard on both sides in case of an injury, or maybe we use Corey Levin potentially as a backup guard on both sides. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. At right tackle, another big position battle. We let Quesenberry go in the offseason. He signed with Buffalo alongside Roger Saffold, which is interesting. interesting. They both went to Buffalo. Kind of sucks to see that happen. Go to a rival like that. And Quesenberry was dependable on that right side. After we lost Jack Conklin, we had a hole there. Quesenberry was adequate in that role. Um, right now, the position battles between Dylan Raduns, our second round pick from last year, who has been very underwhelming to say the least. Another early pick that has kind of been a bust. That's something that John Robinson and Vrabel are kind of becoming infamous for at this point. Uh, Busts early in the draft that really, I think, hurt us. I think last year, if we would have used that first round pick accordingly, the year we picked Isaiah Wilson, um, I think things could have been different. I think we could have won that playoff game against the Ravens. I think the offensive line was a problem in that game, and last year as well. If we use that second round pick on a better player, I think we could have a player that could help the team make us better. Instead, we have a guy like Dylan Raduns who's not even good enough to get on the field. So that's a problem. He's a second round pick right now, and he's not a locked in starter. When you pick a lineman that early, they should be pretty much a plug in starter. He's competing with Nicholas Petit-Fier, who is a rookie this year. I actually expect Petit-Fier to get the nod. He's a bigger body. Played D1 football. In the Big Ten versus Raduns. He's a D2 guy. I'm not exactly sure why we picked him. I guess more of a developmental project, but picking him in the second round as a developmental makes absolutely no sense. That's like a fifth round pick when you're trying to take developmental guys. So I don't really understand that, but that's another big question mark for us is the right tackle position. Left guard and right tackle, the two biggest questions on the offense right now, and very important considering we need to run the football because that's what we do. That's our identity. And also protecting Tannehill because Tannehill does not have good pocket awareness. Most of us have seen that. He holds the ball a long time, and if he doesn't have good protection, he's going to get hit and he's going to fumble because he doesn't get rid of the ball. And that's just the truth. So it's a little worrying for us on the offense right now, offensive line. At tight end, we got the three I expect to make the roster. We got Austin Hooper, Jeff Swain, and our rookie Okongwu, who we drafted, who apparently has looked really good in camp. Looks like more of a pass-catching tight end, maybe in the mold of Jonnu Smith. Hopefully we can. If that's true, that'd be amazing because losing Jonnu Smith last year was huge for our offense. We really missed that threat down the middle of the field. And with the way we like to play our offense, run the ball, and we like to use our tight end sets, 1-2 tight end sets pretty much every play, really do not understand how they could go cheap on tight end and not have an elite player there. I think it was a huge mistake, and I think it cost us in the end. So hopefully he can come in and give us production there in a pass catching mold. Give Tannehill an option over the middle of the field that can get some yards after the catch. At wide receiver, got Robert Woods in from the Rams. He's working through rehab on the injuries right now. We really need him. Treylon Burks is another guy who's definitely going to start. He looks good, but we need a number two opposite Treylon Burks who can take some pressure off him. A guy that can stretch the defense and get vertical. Make plays after the catch. Robert Woods could be that guy if he stays healthy. And then our third receivers, we got Nick Westbrook-Akine, who was got better at last year as the season wore on. He's a good blocker, a good possession receiver, but not really a threat to beat you deep or for big plays. He's just a solid blocker, a good possession guy, makes the catches over the middle. And then a rookie at UCLA, Kyle Phillips. He looks really good right now in camp. He'll definitely make the team and hopefully get a lot of reps in the slot. He could be a great player. Maybe he turn into like this is me being wishful thinking, but maybe he turn into like a Cooper Kupp, a guy that was very productive in college, but overlooked because not the biggest guy, not the fastest guy, but he just knows how to play football. He knows how to be a receiver. He knows how to get open. So hopefully Kyle Phillips can make a huge step forward and be a great player because we need those. We need another guy to step up. Burks, Westbrook-Akine, Robert Woods, those are three guys, but there's no guarantee that those three guys will stay healthy, and we're going to need a fourth guy to come in and be an option and be reliable for us. So, that's just kind of a basic breakdown right now. As far as who I expect to make the roster, um, there's a couple of receivers who are on the edge right now. I would say Racy McMath, Des Fitzpatrick, Josh Malone. Those guys are on the edge, and I think that ability to play special teams might play a role in who makes the team. I think McMath might get a spot because he is good on special teams. Rail seems to like him for that. Fitzpatrick, has he progressed enough as far as his blocking and route running for the coaching staff to trust in him? Because as far as the physical tools, he has everything you need, but uh, you know apparently the coaches couldn't trust him, and he was on the practice squad a lot last year. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays, if he can step up. And yeah, Josh Malone, former Tennessee Vol, can he impress in camp and in preseason, try and get a roster spot? So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out in these preseason games coming up. Uh, Take a look at the offensive line. That's probably the biggest question mark, and just see how it looks and if we're able to run the ball effectively. So that's going to be it for this video. Make some more videos soon. But yeah, just a quick preseason breakdown on the offense and what we can try and expect for this year.